What else can they do? I've got something to live. What's about you?
Oh, vinyl community. It's great to be back in Jackass Flats, back from vacation. I had a great time. I visited a nude beach. While on the nude beach, I saw Ronald McDonald. He had sesame seed buns. Let's get to the records. I've also got some brand new pickups, starting with a great, well, what's the best UK psychedelic album of all time? It might be July.
When Run Run fills your head, just remember things I said. Don't go thinking paper head. Just remember things I
This is a record store day release from 10 years ago. I do not remember this being released on record store day, but it is a reissue. You can find original copies for about $1,000 on Discogs. And this is I don't think it's numbered, but it's got colored vinyl that looks like, resembles the cover, which I like too. How about that as a cover? This is still in the shrink, so I thought I'd leave it in there. The cover looks like my liver.
fatty liver. Come on, man.
But yeah, now these guys were a band that just put out this main album. They did a couple other albums. They had a couple of they've got a Rarities album, and I think they did a sequel to this and the obligatory reunion album.
Up above the trees, looking down on leaves, birds fly by my side. People look up hopelessly. A dandelion scene.
But these guys were excellent. It's kind of like whimsical psych with very intricate guitar work.
Hush up, boy.
Yeah, I finally got this. I mean, this is definitely, it's definitely in the top 10 UK psych albums. You would have to say, you would have to agree to that. And I'm glad to have it. Two of these guys went on to join a band called Jade Warrior, a prog band, and another guy went on to join Nirvana, not that Nirvana. But yeah, finally, great to have this one. Amazing psychedelic record. I was in the antique store today. I found a couple albums, but this one is one I thought was interesting. We've got The New World of Leonard Nimoy.
She's leaving now because I just heard the slamming of the door. The way I know I've heard it slam 100 times before. If I could move, I'd get my gun and put it in the ground. Don't take your love to town. For God's sakes, turn around.
70. Leonard Nimoy. This is a great companion piece to The Transformed Man, which I picked up maybe at the same place last year. Now, like I said, it's 1970, and we've got a little forward here. Leonard Nimoy is happening. Also on extremely successful stint as Mr. Spock on TV Star Trek. The talented actor is joining the crew of Mission Impossible as a featured performer. The success is only important as it relates to Leonard Nimoy, the man. Nimoy has remained throughout all of the Hollywood hype a warm, genuine, down-to-earth, and concerned individual. His interests are vital and real. His musical taste, logically enough, do you see what they did there? Are earthy. So that was some of the, and the album is a Leonard Nimoy, a very refreshing experience.
Is anybody here seen my old friend Bobby? Can you tell me where he's gone? I thought I saw him walking up over the hill with Abraham and Martin and John.
Yeah, a little right up here, and you get a shot of
So right for people out
Leonard
there.
and his skivvies. Yeah, it's not a good album. He's doing like, I don't know who the band is. We don't have any information on the band members, but it's the same. It's like a country band on acid, maybe. And we've got, there's no way to sugarcoat it. This album is terrible. But any album that's got Star Trek, William Shatner, anything that has anything to do with Star Trek is very collectible. So yeah, I picked this up, and it's probably going to go in my store. In fact, it's already in there. But I saw last week I was watching Cosmic Brian, and he showed another Leonard Nimoy album that's different from this, and I believe the one he showed was this one. This album is on Dot, and Dot is also home to Peppermint Trolley, among others. And I think Brian showed this one, The Way I Feel. So he has at least 2 albums. I think William Shatner's got several albums. He went all out and did a heavy metal album, and but this is no Transformed Man. I like Transformed Man better, but I had to grab
Trying
this.
your best, it never feels like enough.
Next, I have a couple of Zamrock albums that feature a great guitar player named Paul Nagazi. First up, I got the Nagazi Family, Danger, 45,000 volts.
not so free. I am so sad just because of you.
This actually came out in 1977. These guys were like 10 years behind the psychedelic assault, but they embraced bands like Black Sabbath and Cream. And this guy, Paul Nagazi's just got a great special effects on his guitar. You can find original copies of this on Discogs, but they're really smoked copies. But you can find them for, I think there was a couple up I saw on Discogs for about $300 or $400. But they're G plus copies, and they are really in terrible condition. I guess a VG plus copy would set you back $1 million. I have seen a couple of Channel Show original Zamrock albums, but they are, in pretty terrible condition. But this is a great album. I think this might be my favorite of the Zamrock albums I have. Label. Interesting label. I'm sure that's not the original label. But now in Kenya, there was a different album cover. It was released in Kenya, that album, but it was under a different album cover. And I don't know if the track listing was intact either. The other one I have is Chrissy Zebi Tempo and the Nagazi family, My Ancestors. I think this guy was the drummer for the Nagazi family, and he was also the singer. And this, of course, also features Paul Nagazi on guitar. Great guitar playing. This is actually the album we're hearing in the background. But yeah, these guys were great. They weren't around for very long. They were, after the 70s, these guys all disappeared.
See everybody running away. Oh, people, let's say, fishermen, please.
Yeah, this is great stuff, and we got, of course, Paul Nagazi on guitar and Tommy Menendo on bass. So this is a kind of a three-piece outfit, I guess anyway. Yeah, good stuff. I only have 4 Zamrock albums, but I enjoy all of them. It's just fun music.
After I signed the Act into law.
Next up, I've got the Hello People.
No one can show you the way to be free. Mr. Truth evading, masquerading man.
1967. This is actually their second album. On Phillips. The Hello People were a psychedelic group that was also a mime troupe. They were psychedelic mimes. And as most of you know, I was recently kidnapped by mimes. They did unspeakable things to me. But these guys were, they actually played on the Tonight Show, Johnny Carson Tonight Show, several times. Unfortunately, a lot of the footage from those 60s Carson shows is gone forever. That was lost and it's not available. But they did an appearance on the Smothers Brothers. It's on YouTube. And it raised a little bit of stink because it was an anti-war type deal.
Put it very well, though. It's not important whether we agree with these people or whether you agree with them. It's only important that all opinions be heard in a free country. So let's please see and hear the Hello People with Anthem.
Yeah, they were an anti-war group, and they put out about 4 or 5 albums after this, and they eventually became Todd Rundgren's backing band, and they also opened for Todd on some of his shows. I'm not really sure how that worked, but an interesting band. I'm looking for their first album.
You don't understand.
Their first album, I see it around, but I don't see it. I never see it cheap. But these Hello People albums, I think you could find them relatively cheap, under $10. I wouldn't pay over $10 for them, but it's great stuff. And that's about all I got this week. I hope to see you again next week. Take care.
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330. Sign the Pack Act into 30. And the erection is 30330.
Some convincing display of strength while out on the campaign trail.
0330. He actually said that. He said that. How dare he say that? How dare he talk about my son and all of us like that? 30330. You don't understand. It's gone.